Hi everyone! Dear ImGui is an incredible library for building interfaces and debug tools for games, for example. But this library was not really designed for multi-context. That means you cannot use multiple Dear ImGui contexts in the same application. But with some tricky code you can enable these features into your application and use multiple Dear ImGui contexts into a single one application. So let's take a look on an example. I will execute the multi-context example of Cherry, and by the way, link of Cherry is in the description. And if I execute that, as you can see, I have a pretty simple application with 5 app windows into a dock space. So I will reduce this window a little bit. The thing is, I have only one window with one Dear ImGui context, because Cherry used Dear ImGui. But let's make some magic. If I drag this app window and I drop it into the void, it will create a second window. And all the magic is here. In these two windows, I have 2 different SDL contexts, 2 different ImGui contexts, and 2 different Vulkan instances. And it's just so powerful because with all of that, you can make pretty everything you want with multiple contexts of ImGui. But the magic not stopped here. Let's take a look at that. If I drag a window from the first context, and I drop it into the second. As you can see, this window is now docked into the second context of Dear ImGui. So you can firstly have 2 different contexts of ImGui in the same application, okay, but you can also communicate between each context, and this is just absolutely powerful. And these 3 input texts, pretty little by the way, but these 3 input texts are 3 different but linked to the same string variable in C++. And if I modify from the first context, for example for OK, as you can see, every input text will be synced because it's the same application but not the same context. And I can create many contexts. I can merge a context into another, as you can see, and I can just make pretty everything I want with Dory.